So we've changed our colors, we've changed our fonts, and here's a quick little thing to look at and be mindful of. When you change your fonts, they may not fit within the template setting because you might need to change the font size to fit it in, or you might need to just reposition some of the pieces. Now, I'm not quite sure why I've chosen these two fonts together because this is not a great font combination. And I just want to be mindful when you're editing and playing with these templates. If you've got your brand style already nailed, please do stick to your brand fonts. Don't be tempted to throw in rogue fonts out there because keeping a consistent brand style within your products will help reinforce all of that strong brand design work that you have done. And there's a reason why you chose your fonts for your brand. There should have been a reason, definitely, why you chose your fonts for your brand. If there wasn't a reason, then potentially you might want to review kind of your brand choices. But your brand fonts should do a lot of the sales talk for you. And once you are delivering the products within your member vault platform or within any platform that you are using to deliver your products, you want your fonts to still continue to reinforce that brand value and brand message for you. So please don't mess around with your fonts too much. If you've got your brand fonts already chosen, stick with them. If you haven't chosen brand fonts for a particular reason and you want to review that, then have a little click around to one of my brand products because I'd be more than happy to help advise you with choosing the right fonts and the right colors for your brand if that is something that you need extra support with. So next up, let's look at positioning. So as we've said, editing these fonts has caused some positioning things. Now, just for my own sense of font set up here, I'm going to go back in and change these fonts back to something that is a little bit more easy to read because these two fonts are very much jarring against each other. So I'm going to close that option down and I'm going to go back into one of these options here. I'm just going to pick a font that works with this script font because I think it is important to show some variations of fonts and how they can work for your business. So let's change the spacing within this. We want to change that line spacing. We may want to change the setup so that this fits. We could also duplicate this box so we can make it if we wanted to have this line of text in one style of font and we want to combine our fonts together. We could duplicate this box and just very quickly and easily change so that we've got two setups of fonts available. And if we go back into the fonts being used, document fonts, that's a way to really easily track what fonts you are using at the moment in your page. So you've got this font up here, that's the same. We've got it in all caps and we've got it in a lowercase here. So let's change this to all caps to match. Watch this first, then make it bold, and then we can change the size of this. And then we go quickly and easily, we're editing this template to make it fit with your own brand style. Now, potentially these boxes aren't part of your brand style, so we can just simply delete those. And maybe you have got an element or an image that is more on brand for you. So we could go back in and have a little look at your images and you could pop one of those kind of images in there, or we could go to the elements section and potentially look for a background that fits your brand style. Maybe we want a luxury background. Maybe having kind of this swirly pattern is good for you, or we could have this kind of fiery background. There might be all sorts of different kind of backgrounds that you could play around with, whatever is going to fit your brand style. I'm going to bring in this kind of green color. So this is how simple it is to make these templates fit for your brand.